I want to show you something that will blow your mind and make you have a rethink about politics in Nigeria and all this noise about, yeah, you need to play politics, you need to do this. Still talking about this Edo election. Now, watch this video.
Hallelujah, we are grateful. Oh,
in there, you can see the governor of Lagos State, the governor of Ogun State, other dignitaries in what they call APC Situation Room. They're celebrating the victory in Edo. That highlights what it means for the party. So they obviously wanted Edo. And if you're not convinced that, because for them to send that many dignitaries, for that many dignitaries to be interested in this election, that tells you that they wanted Edo by all means. And if you're still not convinced, by the way, we're going to come back to what they call Situation Room in a bit. Because this party you're looking at, APC, they are the king of packaging, the king of propaganda. Now, if you're not convinced about how Edo was important to them and how they wanted it by all means, here's the president promising them that he would give them this Edo.
One thing I can show you is this. Do you want Edo back?
yeah!
As the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I will give Edo back to you.
And that he did. Now, the talk going around is that, yeah, they played politics, that they are the king of politics. Imagine they had a sophisticated situation room. But I tell you what, the situation room you're talking about, there was really nothing. You see, the sophistication APC wants you to believe they have is a fact. Like, it doesn't exist. APC's strategy is to rig election, and they rig election by making people poorer to buy them, to vote for them, and capitalizing on the greedy middle class and some that have also pushed to poverty to come on national television, people like Reno, Mockery, and co, to rationalize and defend the rigging, and also paying electoral officials to make up the numbers for them. That is the whole sophistication. Because look at this situation room. This is Dio Israel. That's the person you want me to believe that has sophistication, that in the situation room and controlling things in terms of strategy for APC to win. The same Dio Israel that doesn't know the difference between either and whether. He does not know. And it's not like something that was a one-off. Here is him again, making the same mistake. He doesn't know the difference between either or whether. He doesn't. That is who you want me to believe has some sort of sophistication. You see the reason why APC will do things like this, the situation room. You see the way they beautify the whole place. Packaging and propaganda. So that after election, they will point to this packaging to say, yeah, after all, we are a party, we are a serious party. Look at our sophistication. And then you, that is in Labour Party or PDP, will now be biting yourself and say, we need to do better. I think we need to match this APC. We need to play better politics. How? How are you going to match them? Matching APC means rigging. Matching APC means buying electoral officials. Matching APC means making people poorer so that you can buy them to vote for you. That is what matching APC means. That is what, if those who are saying play politics like APC, this is exactly what you mean when you say play politics like APC, which is why I keep saying, no matter who you merge with, because this is the election, they're saying Labour Party divided PDP votes. Now, please add Labour Party votes to PDP. It's still not up to the votes APC got. So I am telling you that if you merge all the whole opposition parties together, APC will find a way to get the numbers to beat you. So it's not about merging or playing politics. It's not. It is about making sure. See, any campaign you are, any advocacy, anything going forward you are doing that does not involve educating people, because the only way out of this is to resist APC's antics by all means. And you can't do that if you don't get people to understand how APC operates. If you're focusing on telling them that it is it is not politics, it is criminality. So people need to reject the criminality, not to play politics with them. You're never going to win because they're not playing politics. What they do is to deceive you that they're playing politics so that you waste your precious time thinking that you're playing politics with them.
Obaseki, you don't be my cousin anyway. You messed up the other time.
Apkpata, you brought Obi twice. You mobilize people. All those people you mobilize, they pocketed the money. They didn't do shit. Yeah. Until no me ori for me. Yeah. Hey, this rigging no get part 2, but na PDP train APC how to rig. Kai.
I keep saying this about elections in Nigeria, and I will keep saying it until it sinks. And it appears that political parties, even candidates, do not get it yet. Trust INEC at your own risk. In fact, trust INEC at your own peril. We saw what happened in the 2023 presidential election, trusting INEC. One would have thought that the political parties would have learned their lessons by now and put structures in place to put INEC in check. But that was not done. We can complain that the APC or even the PDP or any political party rigs. At the end of the day, we blame. Come on social media and wherever we have the opportunity, we rant, we pass the blame. But the truth of the matter is, we have a responsibility to put these people in check. We can do it and we should do it. Security agencies, thugs, political parties, INEC, judiciary, we can put all of them in check if only we did some simple things. Number one, don't trust INEC. You must understand that elections is not just about going there out to canvass for votes and then staying at the polling unit to make sure that you defend your vote. That is not elections. Election starts way before. In fact, in canvassing for votes, you must be careful to make sure that the people you are canvassing to are not discouraged from coming out. So it will be useless if you went out, you canvassed for votes, people show you so much love, but there's propaganda and violent threats in place to discourage them from coming out. So in the end, there is voter apathy of what use or benefit is your canvassing for votes. So as you go out to canvass for votes, you must make sure you put structures and things in place to take care of propaganda and threats of violence that may discourage people from coming out to come and vote. Now that's before. During the elections, structures must be put in place. We know now, even from INEC laws, the Supreme Court rulings in the 2023 presidential elections, that the polling unit is the basic unit, the basic building block of election results in Nigeria. But it is not everything about elections in Nigeria. Now, from what we have seen, particularly from this report that Osita Chidoka made, we can see that the rigging process has now shifted to collation. So what should we be doing? We should do one of two things. Number one, push for reforms. Push for reforms. When we push for reforms, we cannot be divided along ethnics or religious lines. We cannot. Let's push for reforms. Reforms such as tinkering with the Electoral Act 2022 to make it compulsory for INEC to do electronic transmission of results from the polling units to their servers, and for INEC to do electronic computation or electronic collation. Electronic collation is easy. You can still continue with your manual collation, but that will just be back up just in case there are issues with hacking and all that. And even issues with hacking, you can put electronic measures in place to bring that or to reduce the risk to a very bearable minimum. So we should push for that reform, but nobody's pushing it yet. Number two, we must now begin to educate our polling unit agents. We must now begin to educate our polling unit agents on what to do from polling units to ward collation center, because that's where the collation rigging begins. When you wait for the state, which is the final for a governorship election, or you wait for the national, which is the final for presidential election, when you wait for that, the rigging is already concluded. It has become hardened before it gets there. So the rigging takes place between the polling unit and the ward collation center. Now, then, all the shout that we see at the national or at the final collation center, all those shouts should be happening at the ward. We should be seeing evidence live from all of the ward, all where things are going wrong. Because the truth of the matter is that they can't do it in all of the wards. How many are they? We need to learn this. If not, we'll keep continuing to make the same mistakes that they just made now in Edo. And it's not like I'm in support of APC or PDP. But the truth of the matter is, when the electoral process gets subverted like this, it puts the rest of us at risk of future elections. That's why we must act right now, push for reforms, and also begin to educate our party agent, our political party candidates, and even the political parties. Educate them. They are supposed to be educating the people, but we need to educate them. That they should begin to take the orientation and the training and the sensitization of their agents very, very seriously. If not, they'll continue to rig you out too, and you continue to come out and shout, and they'll tell you to go to court, and you will not have anything to present.